Hi there! Today I'm going to show you how to import your images and do basic editing in Photoshop. Now when you open your JPEG files in Photoshop, for example this picture of my beautiful dog over here, I'm just going to drag it into the Photoshop icon. It's just going to open up automatically. Now I want to make adjustments to this image such as the exposure, color corrections, cropping, etc. Now you can apply these changes using adjustment layers. Under Layer, New Adjustment Layer, we have brightness and contrast, levels, curves, exposure, etc. We also have these tools over here and many others you can use to make your corrections. The easier way of going about this is to set up Photoshop to open your images in Camera Raw. Simply go to your Photoshop Preferences and click down here on Camera Raw. Now down here at the bottom under JPEG and TIFF handling, we're going to change Automatically Open JPEGs with Settings to Automatically Open All Supported JPEGs. Go ahead and click OK, exit out of this image, and now when we drag the same image back into Photoshop again, it's going to open up in Camera Raw. Now that I'm in Camera Raw, I get the advantage of all these easy to use tools and sliders. Now the first tool I like to use is up here called White Balance. White Balance allows you to click on anything that should be black, white, or gray, and it makes the adjustments. I'm going to go ahead and click on a nice gray over here. That's good. Next, I usually use the cropping tool. Especially when you use images for the web, it's important to discard as much as you can to reduce your file size. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on here, right here. Now, if you make an adjustment or a crop and you don't like it and you want to go back to the original, you simply go over here to Options and click at the very bottom on Reset Camera Defaults. Now, I'm going to leave it how it is and go up here to my scroll bars. First, we have Temperature. I'm going to increase the temperature just to make it a little bit more sunny. Next, I'm going to go over here to Exposure. I'm going to increase the exposure to get rid of that dark shadow on the left side of her face. Just increase that a little bit. Now to balance out increasing my exposure, I'm going to decrease my highlights to kind of make this bright highlight on the right side of her face a little bit darker. I'm going to go ahead and bring my highlights down. That's good. Also with the shadows, I'm going to increase the brightness of my shadows so that it's not as dark on the left side of her face. Go ahead and increase that a little bit. There we go. And for whites and blacks, if you want to make your whites whiter or blacks blacker, I usually do a little bit of both. I also always increase my blacks just a little bit. Next we have clarity. I usually increase the clarity a tiny bit. And for vibrance and saturation, if your images have bright colors such as flowers or say my dog's coat, it's more of a vibrant orange color. You can increase these colors and exaggerate them by increasing the vibrance and the saturation. That's nice. We also have other tools up here. I usually go into the detail and increase my sharpening depending on the resolution of my image, and many other ones that you can experiment with. So now if you're done editing, you simply go down here and click Done, or you go to Open Image to make further adjustments in Photoshop. So by opening your images in Camera Raw, gives you the opportunity to apply lots of corrections that would have been much more difficult and time-consuming if you were to open your images directly into Photoshop. So I highly recommend that you give your JPEGs the option of opening in Camera Raw first. Hope this tutorial was helpful. Thank you for watching.